She locked herself into the toilet. You armed yourself for the sole purpose of shooting and killing her.
That's not true, my lady.
And that's what you did.
Yeah, I'm going to ask about the my lady part in a second too. But anyway, that prosecutor there dubbed the pit bull in the Oscar.
Call him a pit bull? He's wearing a dress.
Moving on, in the Oscar Pistorious trial, he has been dubbed, like I said, even though Mark doesn't agree, the pit bull. And his aggressive prosecution tactics made for a brutal cross-examination here of the so-called Blade Runner. All right, I got a whole bunch of questions on this. You've been following this, Doug.
Oh,
The guy's an animal.
Love it, love it. He asks every question he can think of. It's amazing.
And he doesn't get cut off.
Insults the guy's family. Yeah, no, he doesn't get cut off. That's amazing. If you're a lawyer, you know this, but you would never be able to do what he's doing. And especially because there's no jury there. Usually a judge, if it was a bench trial, would say, cut it out. Just move it on. Let's go. But he's asking everything. It's fascinating. Fascinating.
Now, the question that I am, not so much this trial, but the process. Like I said, you obviously have a connection in Birmingham, England there. Different systems, different places. France is a professional jury, right? England is a jury, but talk about the different systems and compare it a little bit to ours. Which one's best? I mean, we always say we have the best system, but you've seen firsthand what it's like in Europe.
I think that we've gotten a good taste of many different systems with the Pistorious trial, with the Knox trial in Italy, which I don't get, where, you've got this long trial where facts are determined and everybody's just assuming and it's going to be overturned by people who weren't at the trial. We have the best system. We have the absolute best system, in my view. Comparing ours with England, there are 3 or 4 major differences. In England, you don't require unanimity. You can start with 12 jurors, you can wind up with 9, and you only need a majority. You only have the right to a jury for crimes that are punishable by 2 years or more, which here you have felonies and misdemeanors, which is a very, very important distinction. In England, you have the right to remain silent, but if you exercise that right, an adverse inference can be drawn from that, which is the very bedrock of the Miranda ruling and our right to remain silent here in the United States. The district attorney, the government has the burden of proving your guilt. You don't need to say anything, and no inference can
Jimmy,
be
though,
drawn from that.
we've seen countless cases, the Simpson trial comes to mind, but others, where people just say, my God, what were those 12 people or that one person thinking? The idea and the premise of a professional jury, people schooled, people taught, they understand this, they try to remove the emotion and look at the facts of it. Does it work better than here in France, for example?
I don't think so. I want a jury of my peers. And of course, the Simpson trial, these, of course,
would you say the same thing when you were a prosecutor? Would you still want a jury of the peers?
Absolutely. It's what's reported in the media that we cite, but there are thousands and thousands of trials that go on all the time where jurors think long and hard and take it seriously and do their job right. I don't believe in professional jurors. I believe in, I want to be judged by by people who are just like us, by a cross-section of the community. Professional jurors, look, anybody who does anything professionally can get jaded.
Fair enough.
Well, that's the argument against it. I mean, that's the best argument against it, that it's a check on the venal, the corrupt, the self-interested professional juror or judge. On the other hand, in most other endeavors in life, we want the best. I mean, if you're having a heart surgery, you want the best doctor to do it. So in most other fields, we seek the most knowledgeable, the most learned, the most skilled, and it seems counterintuitive not to do that in an equally important decision with somebody's life at stake. But the break on it is the jury system.
We do have a judge that instructs on the law. I mean, there is a judge there who's a professional. He tells everybody what the law is. You want people that aren't pros to sit there and listen to the facts, and that's exactly what they're listening to.
We'll take this judge case because what's fascinating is it's one person, right?
Well, she's advised by
right?
two assessors, legal assessors, they said.
Right. Fair enough. But he's going to go home, right? While she takes a few months to figure it out. I mean, it's just so different than our system, right?
It's bizarre. I mean, completely different.
Well, in a way, it's similar to the military debate that's playing out now, where you have a commander who can overrule in his sole discretion the verdict
Yeah.
of the people in the court-martial, and that's what's being bandied about in Congress now.
So you all agree our system, flaws and all, is the best one?
I don't actually agree with it. I don't have a strong position either way, but I think there's something to be said for a professional investigator, and there's less shenanigans. You wonder why he's retching, you wonder why he's crying, you wonder why the prosecutor is getting away with these excesses, and I think the base assumption is that the professional can put all that to one side. And
5 seconds. You agree?
I think that the jury system is the only system. If you look, every time they're trying to take away citizens' rights to a jury trial, at every turn, it's terrible. It's our safety net in this country.
Gentlemen, thank you as always. That's all the time we have for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.